Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series Retro Spider-Man Wave 2. This is the final figure of the wave for me to review. This is Hammerhead. We kind of got a Hammerhead figure previously all the way back in the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. This is really a chameleon figure, but he came with two additional heads, a Hammerhead and a J. Jonah Jameson. So I bought three of that figure so I can have each head. So for a time, we didn't have a proper J. Jonah Jameson or Hammerhead, but now, here in 2022, we have both. We got the J. Jonah Jameson figure that came out at some point last year, I want to say, and now we have Hammerhead. Been hearing a lot of good things about this figure, and it really surprising a lot of folks. But this is a tough wave for this one to kind of be a surprise hit, because the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, the Spider Armor Mark 1, those are all fantastic figures. Shocker's really cool. Hobgoblin's okay. It's hard for me to think that Hammerhead's going to be one of the highlights of the wave in a wave that's stacked with great figures. But we shall see. Anyway, we have here the Toy Biz animated series figure line throwback card. We get the artwork of Hammerhead there. On the side it says the Magia Slugger. So the Magia is the mob in which Hammerhead is a part of. So he comes with the baseball bat there and interchangeable hands. Looking at the back, you can see the little gimmick. It shows that you can change out his hands. And Hammerhead's bio reads, Hammerhead's skull is reinforced with adamantium, making his head flat on top. All the same, this hard-headed criminal's frequent run-ins with Spider-Man have caused him no shortage of headaches. I bet, right? Spider-Man probably always pissing him off with all those little quips. But anyway, here is the whole wave, which we have already reviewed. And next up, here is this Hammerhead. So let's get this bad boy off of the card, out of the package, and let's take a close-up look at him. Okay, so here is the Hammerhead figure out of the package. Yeah, he's a pretty good one, but there's not a whole lot of specialness to him, I guess you could say. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's still just, a suited body. It is the new one, the larger, bulkier one that we got in the Happy Hogan and Midas Iron Man suit pack. So that is good. It's a very good suited body. You don't get any use out of any kind of ab crunch or anything like that because of the jacket. But again, it is a very good body. It really is. The brass knuckles are awesome because it says head backwards on there. So if you're punching somebody, you're gonna see head like permanently marked in their face, right? So that is pretty cool that they actually did that detail and it has it being backwards. So that is really cool. The bat is okay, nothing special there. The head sculpt is really good. So that's good. The paint apps, the pinstripes on the suit actually came out pretty clean. No real problems there. So it's good in that sense, and it's nice to get a proper Hammerhead because we'll go ahead and get this side-by-side comparison out of the way. And what a huge difference between Hammerhead proper and anorexic Hammerhead, because this suited body wasn't made for a character like Hammerhead. It just wasn't. It was convenient for them to do a chameleon figure and then just pack in extra heads. That was awesome at the time. Like, holy crap, how cool is that? It wasn't the first time they've done stuff like that. Well, actually, I guess it kind of could have been around amongst the first times that they did that. And that was a really cool concept to do. If you get one figure, it's kind of 3-in-1. If you buy 3 of them, hey, you can just pop the heads on and have 3 different characters. How cool is that? It's really cool. Or you could just say, well, it's Chameleon masquerading as Hammerhead. So you could do that too. So this one, no good. This new one is a huge improvement, way better, yes. But he's definitely not a better figure than other ones that we have in the wave. But let's get in for a closer look and take a look at that awesome head sculpt. The brass knuckles are really damn cool. And then his accessories, which we'll take a closer look at the bat. But out of the package, we have the 2 fists. It's the left hand that has the brass knuckles. And then he has like two open hands. This one's not really going to hold the bat. Maybe like the larger end of the bat, but the right hand is one that's going to kind of grip it, and he grips it pretty nicely. It's not going to be loose or anything like that. It sits in the hand nice and easy, but let's take a closer look. Okay, so looking at Hammerhead, here we have the bat. It's not really a black color. It's a very dark brown. I guess you could kind of call it black, but up against like the black poster board that I have down here on my desk, the black desk that I have, it is really brown in color. not black, very dark brown. But here, looking at the Hammerhead, we'll try and get as close a look as I possibly can. So looking at his brass knuckles there, you could see it says head, so H-E-A-D. It's backwards, so that is really cool. Or if you, yeah, really cool concept. But the brass knuckles look really good, as you could see them there, on there. A very nice touch. I really, really like the way it looks. But looking at the Hammerhead head sculpt, let's get in for a closer look there. That looks really, really nice. I love the flat top, the wrinkles of his face, the creases of some of the areas in his face. It just looks very realistic. It is a comic figure, and they are doing the digital print on these figures now. So where it was MCU figures only before, they are now doing onto comic figures. So that is a nice touch. It always comes out looking very clean and looks very good and realistic. But yeah, that Hammerhead head looks really good. Looking at the previous one, and it's just, ugh, man. You know, this was cool at the time, and that's going back to what, 2014, 2015 maybe? What a crazy difference. You could kind of see, you know, how they kind of make it go out and do the flat top, but the amount of detail that they put into the head sculpts now is pretty good. But even back then, I mean, he had a fair amount of kind of some wrinkles and lines and stuff on this one before, but you know, just really outdated. This new one is just night and day, so much better and so nice looking. Really good. But looking at the suit, again, pinstripes all look good. They even put it in the back of the knees and those joints. We are pinless on the legs, not pinless on the arms. So the arms have been reused, but the legs are new. And again, pinstripes looking all pretty good. We get some squiggly lines down in here where the wrinkles and stuff are, but nothing too major or anything like that. It looks like they couldn't quite do it on the inside of the kind of those wrinkles and stuff. But I like when they do this texture like this, we don't just get like the smooth pant leg. It all looks pretty good. Black shoes there. Red tie, black collared shirt. Yeah, all looks really nice. So now let's zoom out for his articulation. Okay, let's see what Hammerhead can do. So he can look up that much. The head is on a dumbbell joint, so no hinge, but he can look up pretty well. He can look down pretty good as well. Full rotation, and you get some crazy ass pivot in the neck with the dumbbell joint, so that is good. All kinds of motion and everything there. The arms, you can get the shoulder to only go out that much. That's a little unfortunate. You can't get it straight up. Yeah, that's as far as it's going to go. You get a full rotation there. Upper bicep swivel in there. Double jointed elbow. Remember, these do have pins. They are not pinless on the arms. So double jointed elbow that far. There's an ab crunch in there, I believe, somewhere. But you're not going to get any use out of it because of the jacket. So if any brave soul out there wants to cut open the jacket at the vest, maybe, that could be something. That's nothing I would do, but you know, you could do that if you wanted to. We do have a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. As you see, the jacket kind of gets in the way a little bit. He can kick forward that far, so not the furthest, but it's not bad. It's a good dude in a suit. Leg goes back a little bit, as you can see there. You have an upper thigh cut in there that works out really well. A big ass double jointed knee, which is a little stiff. But that's kind of an ugly ass knee too. I mean, I get it, right? The pant leg is a lot bigger, so that's why it ends up looking that way, but that's an ugly knee. But double jointed, so that's good, and you get that much bend there. Put that back. Foot hinges down quite a bit. You get a little bit of hinge up, just a little bit. Ankle pivot, peg holes at the bottom of the feet there. So decent, but again, you know, he's not going to move around crazy. You know, he's going to run and charge after people with his head. So you can kind of get him to do this kind of thing, but, you know, bending forward, this is as far as you're going to go, but that's, you know, not using the crunch at all. That's just using the legs. But, you know, if you can get him into certain types of poses, I'm sure, you know, those that are kind of well-versed in how to get certain poses in can probably do something. I'm just not the greatest at it, but you know, if you're looking to use Hammerhead on the attack in photography, that's what you would do, or getting him to punch with the brass knuckles, or just getting him to stand in the background like a boss like he is. You could do that as well. Okay, and here is the new Hammerhead next to the retro Spider-Man from Wave 1, so you can get a good idea of Hammerhead and a classic suited Spider-Man, and how they kind of measure up. And they look pretty good. Hammerhead is just a tad bit taller, which is good. Bulky, I mean, for me, when I think of Hammerhead, I could think of a little bit more bulky, but it just kind of depends on his look and kind of the source material. But I think it does look really good. Another classic villain to add to the shelf, along with, you know, the Hobgoblin from this wave, Shocker from this wave. But really glad to be able to kind of replace this guy and have a proper Hammerhead in with all these Spider-Man villains. Okay, so here are all the figures from the wave. If I were to rank them, I'd go Spider Armor, only because, again, we've had other Symbiote Spider-Mans. It's a fantastic figure, but Spider Armor, Symbiote, Ben Reilly, 1, 2, 3, Shocker, 4, Hammerhead, 5, Hobgoblin, 6, because I have the previous Hobgoblin, much better figure. The Spider-Man figures are going to win it for me, even though you got to have villains to go with Spider-Man. But the Spider-Man figures are just so damn good, they would rank higher for me on my ranking. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, how would you rank the wave? What are your overall thoughts on it? I think it is another home run for Hasbro to release a wave like this. The Retro Spider-Man Wave 1 was also another hit. I hope we can get more, but, you know, that deadline for Hasbro on removing all plastic from packaging is probably coming up soon. Who knows how they're going to do it? You know, they're probably going to go the whole Fortnite route on how they package figures, and man, I'm going to hate that. So we won't get that retro style card back anymore. So I'm glad that we got this wave now. Fantastic wave. I love it. Hopefully you guys can find it. It's hitting Walmart, hitting Target. GameStop has shipped out a few, so, you know, keep an eye out where they might pop up. Hopefully you got it pre-ordered somewhere and you can get your orders fulfilled that way. But yeah, you guys let me know in the comments below your thoughts on Hammerhead. If you guys liked the video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. As always, thank you for watching.